So good morning, my lovelies. Just relaxing on your mats in the best position, Shavasana. And just take a few moments. Some of us are dealing with some aches and pains. And this is fine. We can adjust and we can leave out postures that we know we can't do, and that is the way to be, to honour your body, and just joining in with the bits that you know that you can practice. So have a moment in your mind to just root down your energies. See the tree roots growing through the soles of your feet. And just perhaps take a few moments to start to tune in to your breath. Whether you've had a busy morning or you have a lot on your mind, this is the perfect place and space to just put all that aside. Just to return to yourself for a little while. Have a scan from head to toe. So coming to the crown, Sahasrara, and also noticing your third eye, Ajna. But how does the head feel? Does it feel heavy and dense, or light and airy, or just balanced? Check in with the throat, Vishuddhi. How does the neck feel in a physical way? Noticing how you feel through your shoulders, down your arms, to hands and wrists and fingers. And then just acknowledging how it feels in the chest and the upper back, connected with heart center. Checking in how the area around your solar plexus feels, so mid-body, mid-spine, upper digestive. And then sacral area, so lower digestive area, the sides of your waist, the hips, your lower back, lumbar spine. How does it feel around the pelvis, the buttocks, the tailbone, root chakra? And this also extends down your legs to your feet. So anything in the body where you're noticing ailments or it's out of balance can link with those certain chakras. Do you feel grounded if it's any issues with legs? Hands, wrists, linked with your heart and emotional center. So we'll start with our warm-up stretches. When you next inhale, taking your right arm up and over, just letting the hand fall to the floor behind you, lifting the toes up so the foot becomes flexed, and then just start to stretch and reach. And how do you feel today? Every time we do this, you'll feel slightly different. And then just point your toes. Enjoy the stretch over the leg. And when you're ready, exhale, arm can float down back to the side of the body, palms up. And then inhale, left side. Arm comes over. Toes lifted, foot flexed. Lovely gentle stretch here. And pointing your toes. And relax, arm comes down. Just take a breath. And then on your next inhale, both arms can come over. Just tuck the chin in a little, lengthen through the whole back. Flexing, then pointing toes, then flexing, pointing. And when you're ready, exhale, coming down with the arms into Shavasana for a moment. So drawing your right knee into chest now. Deep breath in. Exhale coming up. Squeezing all the air out, noticing how it feels. And when you're ready to breathe in, come down. Swapping sides. Again, just doing whatever you can do today. Deep breath. Exhale up. Just pausing for a moment to notice the external retention of breath. And then inhale down. Both knees in. And we'll do this again. Deep breath. Exhale up. And then inhale coming down. Just rocking side to side. Rolling some circles just to find how it feels on the outer edge of your back. And then round the other way a few times. And when you're ready, we'll roll up to center, to seated. We'll do our familiar Paramutsana one. So coming to whatever seated position is comfortable for you. Okay. Joining me with Chin Mudra. Let the eyelids close. Take a deep breath and just settle here for a few moments. And then when you're ready, we'll take the chin down to chest. Pausing and just exploring what you feel. And taking chin up. And down again. And then once more up, noticing anything that feels better, different. And returning back to centre. Tilt your head to your right. Over to the left. And the same again, each side. And then coming back to centre, we're going to twist and just look over the right shoulder. You can keep your eyes closed here. Over to the left. And just you inquiring within whether it feels different, whether it feels the same as usual. Over to the left again. Coming back and then taking the chin down and a full rotation in each direction. And the other way. Coming back. Opening your eyes, taking hands out in front and then thumbs in, thumbs out. Palms up and down. And round. And a few times the other way. Palms up, deep breath in, relax the shoulders. Exhale. Checking in with your elbows. And then let's just rotate round. How does your shoulder, or both shoulders, feel today? And the other way a few times. How does it feel in the shoulder blades at the back of your body as well? Lovely. Okay. Coming off cushions. And just extending legs out in front. So, opening and closing your toes. And then pointing and flexing. This is the season where we always have fluff in our toes, isn't it, 'cause of the socks. And then one foot over the other and we'll rotate. Other way a few times. I always find it slower one direction, faster the other. We'll swap sides and the other way. Right knee. And right hip. Other way a few times. And left knee. And the hip. Other way. Lovely. Okay, feet together. Just come into butterfly for a moment. Or this is also called bound angle, Baddha Kunkhasan in Sanskrit. Just noticing how it feels through the hips. Notice where you're holding even small amount of tension. Breathing into belly. Okay, gently coming up. So we'll cross our legs, if you can, if that's comfortable. And we'll do the seated cat-cow version here, because it means that we don't have to come onto our hands or our knees. So just resting hands here, and we can breathe in, coming forwards. Exhale, coming back. Inhale forwards. And really dropping back into the spine. You can let the head lower and stretch through the neck. As you come forward, you'll feel that stretch also around the hips, thighs. And then we can start to rotate. You can go in whichever direction you naturally go. Try to keep your sit bones connected to the mat. And then we'll go the other direction. Okay. Right. Okay. So now just relaxing back, hands back on the, well, actually, no, just bring your right hand onto your left knee. And we'll come into a little twist. Nothing too intense, just again, just exploring how the body's reacting today. Breathing to belly. And the other side. And then coming back to front. And we'll drop the right hand to the floor, to the side of us. Inhale, take the left arm up. Leaning over, other side. And coming back. So just in those last three poses, we've flexed the spine backwards and forwards, we've twisted, and we've come into a side stretch. So those three are really lovely, just to move the body in all planes of movement for us. So coming up to standing. I'd like to do Earth sequence. I feel like we haven't done that one for a little while. And then we'll come into tree and see how we feel in our balance. So joining me on the left-hand side of your mat. Today I think we'll do 2 rounds of this. We only usually do 1, but I'll talk through the first one. The second one I'll try and be as quiet as I can, which is very hard sometimes, and just let you enjoy the movement. If you fall out of rhythm with it, or you're not sure what's next, don't worry. Just join in with what someone else is doing. So starting with a diamond shape. Inhale. And exhale. Try to enjoy following your breath with this sequence. So breathing in Breathing out. Breathing in. And out. One more time. And then right foot to the side. Bending into our knees, coming into a squat. Don't come down too far if the back feels tender. Coming up. So if the knees or the legs hurt, just coming down a little bit. Don't always have to come down to the floor. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Turning to your right. Arms ahead. Breathe into heart. Lean forward. Bend into your front knee. Lean back, straighten the leg. And then after 3, we come over to the other side. Arms start in front, draw inwards, lean forwards. Lean back. Still leaning back, arms come to the front. Breathe in and out. Leaning back and round. We're coming back to the front and into our forward fold. Pausing here a moment if you enjoy this stretch through the back. And when you're ready to come up, coming up. Right foot to left, hands to heart. Just pause here a moment before we come into the next round and just notice the thumbs against the heartbeat, the rhythm of the heart, the quality of your breath. And then we can open our eyes and we'll start again. And this time I will not say anything. Just close your eyes for a moment, notice the heartbeat and the breath. How different did your practice feel from me talking through it and then not talking? It's a very peaceful feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard for me not to talk, actually, because I feel like I want to say something, but it's really lovely watching us all do it together. Let's have a little moment to lie down. So as you just have these few moments, I'd like you to mentally just reflect back on the first version we did where I spoke and directed, and perhaps you were listening, following. And then the second version where we were just all doing it in silence. Where was your mind more? Did you drift off into other thoughts, or were you quite peaceful with just your own thoughts and the movement that you were doing? It's interesting to notice if there was a slight difference in the where you placed your awareness, where your focus was for each practice. So just relaxing. Notice if you're holding tightness, tension in the back and the muscles. Can you relax through the neck and throat? And just enjoy feeling whatever comes up. And then when you're ready, we'll bring right knee into chest and then the left knee. Rocking slowly. Just making a few small circles. Enjoying how it feels on your back. Okay. So we're going to come up to standing again. For tree pose. The reason I did the earth sequence first was just because it brings a nice level of balance into the body, and sometimes tree can feel stronger after that. Had we done it first, it might have felt different. So join me in Tadasana. Lift your toes. Place each one down. Lean into the toes. Gently just lean back into heels, side to side. Find that it's actually becoming more aware of your centre rather than finding your centre. We usually do always stand quite central, but it's drawing the awareness. So leaning into right leg first. So heel to ankle, if that's where you want to start. Lift the arch of the foot if you need to. Hands to heart. If you need to come to a post or the wall, just explore that. Lift the toes if you can. Bring the foot up if that feels safe. And notice if you're tight in the belly. Yes. Try to relax and breathe to belly. Let's take the arms up. And then out to the side. And let's just pause here for a moment with our branches out. And sometimes we can feel more steady here. Okay, breathe in, take the arms back up. And down. Lovely. Did you notice a difference after having done a practice beforehand? So ground the left foot, lift all the toes, place them down, lift the arch of the foot if you need to, just to feel like it has that even weight through the foot. And then again, heel to ankle if that's where you want to start. Lovely tall spine if we can. Coming up. Gazing at drishti. Breathe to belly. Inhale, arms up. And out. And in together. Ooh. And down. Lovely.
I see that little black dot up there. I'll fall all over the place.
You have to look at that.
It's a black dot.
Oh, and that's where you focus. That's brilliant. Whether it's, you know,
I was here, I couldn't see it.
yes. No, that's fine if that's your thing. If that's your, you know, where you just keep that centre of concentration. I mean, you could the bindis on the picture, or a knot in the wood. Sometimes you can just gaze at, and it's just that single point of focus, which is what drishti means. So good. Okay. So I'd like to do sun salutation. Actually, we'll do moon, because we had a full moon the other day, didn't we? It was a super moon, yes. And as I understand, somebody told, I was listening to someone, it's to do with actually releasing all the challenges we've had lately. Everyone's had quite things going on, and it was to do with understanding, assimilating, and letting go of all of that. So that's a nice way to think about it, isn't it? Okay, lovelies. So moon salutation. Any parts of this that you can't do, there are parts where we have to come down onto the knee. Just avoid that, join in with other bits. So, okay, deep breath in and exhale. Inhale and a gentle fold forwards. Bend into the knees if you need to, support your lower spine. Let's have a moment here just to hang like a rag doll. This always feels nice. If you want to sort of wiggle your hips, and it feels like it's loosening into the lumbar spine. Coming to stillness, hands to shins. We can lift to the back, look ahead of us gently. And then we take the left leg back and the knee comes down. Don't do this if this hurts. Just come into a nice balance and then raising arms into crescent, into down dog. Lifting that tailbone, grounding the hands. Deep breath in. Knees gently come down. We bend back. And then flow into Sphinx. Coming up into down dog. Right foot forward. Take a moment. The lovely thing about coming into moon salutation is that we take the hands away from the mat. So if your foot is here and you just need to lift it and pop it into the right place, then you can. Coming up into a gentle crescent. Feet together. And we'll sweep up. Okay, so just doing what you can, because there will be parts of this that some of you can't do, and I understand that. So deep breath in, we'll do the other side. Inhale, folding forwards, flatten the back, looking up and ahead of you. Right leg comes back. Gently up into a crescent, lunging into this through the legs, down dog. Bending knees, coming down, folding back. Flowing through the pose of 8 curves into Sphinx or Cobra. Up into down dog. And then left leg forwards. Again, just have a moment to shift the leg forward if you need to. Feet together at the top of the mat. And sweeping up. Lovely. It's good to get a bit of movement into the body. Even if you can't do all of it, it's getting the heart rate going a little bit, breath. You can feel it through your breath. Have a lie down if you need to. Let's just come to the mat. So as always, just enjoying this little pause to tune into your body. Try and relax through the back, the buttocks. Notice the rate, the rhythm of your breath. And then we'll bring knees in. We'll come into bridge now, because this is a nice one for the back. And it doesn't hurt any areas of the body. As some of you I know need to be a little bit aware. So bringing your feet to the mat, close to the buttocks, about hip distance apart, palms face down. And we're going to go with the flow of the breath with this one. This is what I like to do with this one. It's very gentle. So engaging gently in pelvic diaphragm, abdomen. And when you're ready, breathe in, push through the heels, coming up. Feeling that lovely little clench in the buttocks and the backs of the thighs. And then as we exhale, we're just going to simply roll down from the upper back, mid back, lower back. Roll out the tailbone. Relax the buttocks and thighs. And we'll just repeat. So inhale, coming up. Feel that lovely squeeze. And then exhale, still engaged in the muscles. Rolling down and then feeling the release. So carrying on, inhale up. And feel your heels connected to the mat, pushing deep into the earth. Coming down when you're ready. We'll do 2 more. Inhale up, lifting the hips. Rolling down, still controlled. Feeling each vertebrae come down to the mat. And one last one. Feeling it perhaps around the knees. Tops of the thighs, backs of the thighs, calf muscles. And then just find Shavasana when you've come down. Turn the palms up.
It's so lovely, that one.
It is lovely, that one. It's very gentle for your spine. And it's lovely if you can visualize your back moving like a wave or a row of beads that you lift up and place down, and you lift up and place down. You can imagine each bead being like your vertebrae, just kind of kissing the floor as you intentionally rest downwards. And I also like to imagine that all of the nerves that extend from the spine in all their different places, they're having sort of a healthy rearrangement. I know some of us do have nervy issues in lumbar and certain parts, so it's giving the spine a nice gentle movement for everything to kind of just go back into its rightful place without pain. So draw knees in. And again, here you can feel a nice little massage against your back and the mat. Rocking, rolling. Nice deep breath. So I often, as you know, like to team bridge pose with a lying spinal twist. So we're going to do that as well. We've had the spine move backwards and forwards, or have a nice movement there, and then just to come into a gentle twist. So feet back into the same place, arms out level with your shoulders. And then again, this is the most gentle way. In your own time, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, start to just lean your knees towards the right. And then coming up to center as you inhale. And then you exhale and go left. And you can explore the feeling of having either your feet together or slightly apart. Notice maybe how that feels when your feet are close. And then maybe a little bit of space between the feet. The difference in sensation. Try to stay with the movement and the breath. So inhaling, the movement is upwards. Exhaling, we drop the knees. And if at certain points in this movement that you want to just pause and take a breath, leaving the knees one side for a moment, you can. And then maybe moving to the other side and taking a pause. I want you to enjoy the movement and the practice yourself, so I'll let you adapt it. You might like to stay one side a little bit longer. Start to feel the stretch in the side of the waist and up the side of the ribs. And really notice how it feels along the edge of your thigh down to your knees. Maybe you prefer the constant movement rather than pausing in the pose. Whatever you do one side, it's always good to try and balance it the other. And then if you want to come back to a bit more of a swaying motion, then return to that movement. It's nice to explore how far you feel this through the back of your body and your spine. So just make sure now that you go to the right and then end on the left, so that we end on an even movement, coming back to center and just find a neutral spine shavasana. Drop the arms down by the shoulder, by the body again. And if you need to sort of wag your tail, rock the pelvis, just have a little gentle movement. Taking in some lovely deep breaths. Bring your knees into chest. And enjoy rocking. Okay, we're going to turn over onto our bellies and we're going to come into a plank, but not with our wrists. We're going to come onto elbows. So this is a strong pose. So just roll over. If you can face me. Just have a moment. Bring yourself down onto a pillow of hands. So when we come up into this elbow plank, it really does work the whole front of your body. I want you to try and to be engaged into the abdominal muscles. This is where you'll naturally feel it as well. Okay, so coming onto your elbows. Elbows are underneath your shoulders. So this is like coming into a little bit like a sphinx pose. Turn under the toes and then just gently sort of come onto knees and then lift. Okay, it's a strong pose. So you're not on your knees. If you can't, don't worry. Right, lower down. Have a moment to rest your cheek or chin on a pillow, on your hands. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. So, coming onto our elbows, turn your toes under and engaging, gently lifting your body. Try to sort of tuck your tailbone under just a little. I don't want anybody sort of bending into the spine like that. Okay, gently come down and make a pillow. That's all, only 2 today. I suppose that if you could work your way up to spending more time in it, even if it's, 1 more breath or 3 more seconds, it's a very, wonderful pose for strengthening the front of your body. Okay, bringing your hands under your shoulders. For those of you that can, just rest back into a child's pose. Otherwise, you can just roll onto your back, come into a shavasana if you can't come into this pose. As you take this pose, you can breathe deeply against your thighs. Feel the lower back open up as you breathe. And as you bring the breath up the body, you can feel the back ribs and upper back open up. Lifting your head slowly, and we'll come up into a seated position. Let's come into butterfly with our bolsters. So all the 3 versions, well, 4 actually, you don't have to use a bolster at all. If you like butterfly without props, you can have the bolster to rest the forehead on. Rest it across your feet and rest elbows. If you want a little bit more relief in the back, we can pop it under the legs. You all have your preferred versions, so choose how you want to feel. If you've got a little bit of tightness in the lumbar spine, then popping the bolster underneath is quite nice. It's restful for the legs, for the knees. If you feel like you need that stretch into the hips, then you don't have to use a bolster at all. So just stay there for a few moments, drawing your awareness to your breath. And even if you're in a very restorative posture using bolsters, notice if you are still holding tightness in your body. How does it feel one side to the other? Okay, just gently lifting up. We'll stretch our legs out in front. Okay, so seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Again, just make sure that you feel like your sit bones connect to your mat. Have a lovely tall spine. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forwards. And just let your arms float down wherever they feel like they want to rest. You can perhaps feel a tightness through your calf muscles, backs of the legs, lower back. Deep belly breaths. It's not about coming into the perfect pose or looking like someone else. It's just feeling how your body feels in this posture. Okay, lifting up. We'll come into head to knee pose. So bring the left foot into the top of the right thigh, if you can. Okay, and then another seated forward fold. So breathing in, arms up. And folding forwards. And you might find that there's a little bit more movement here. Support the left leg under the bent knee if you need to. Just feel into whatever your body is responding to. Try to relax hands and wrists. Breathing in, gently coming up. We'll swap sides. Okay, starting with a lovely tall spine. Inhale up. Exhaling forward. If you can, keep your front foot flexed. You're going to feel the stretch a bit more. Don't worry if it doesn't feel right. Just follow the next 3 breaths. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Lovely. Lifting up nice and slowly. Just rest back on your mat for a moment. Feel your spine, feel your body. Okay. So we're going to counterpose that in a moment because you're probably feeling that in the lower part of the back. Yeah. Just wag your tail, rock your pelvis a few times. Just to ease the feeling. We've come into an extension through the back then, flexion into the front of the body. So it's nice to counterpose. We're going to lie back over the little blanket that if we shape it like a square. So draw knees in. Have a little rock, relieve anything by rolling on your back. And then we'll come up to seated, grab your blankets in the shape of a cushion. So making it square. It doesn't have to be a big puffy square either. Okay, and then we take it away from the back. The reason we do that is so that we're not curving yet again into the lumbar spine. We're actually having a bit more of a nice stretch through the upper back, and it's a bit more relieving on the lower spine. Okay, have a few moments here. As long as your neck feels supported, I think you don't have to have a very high folded blanket in order to feel the relief here. You can bring arms out to the side, you can take arms overhead if you want to, come into cactus. You can just move them around if that feels nice for you, or just keep them down by the side of your body, which is most relaxing. Let your eyes close. You might find your chin tucks in a little naturally. And just feeling that nice relief through the back of your body. This is a pose that I often do at home. If I've had a busy day where I just feel like I've got aches in the upper back between the shoulder blades, I'll lie down on the lounge floor, put a little sofa cushion behind me in this particular position. And it's lovely. A few moments and you feel like you've sort of balanced yourself. Just always allow something to support behind your neck. If you do use a cushion that's a bit more puffy, because your head will fall back more. So let's just take 3 conscious breaths together. Let's inhale, exhale, maybe even exhale through the mouth. Inhale. And one more. Just feels lovely, doesn't it? Notice if this is a pose that you enjoy and that you could stay in longer. Okay. So gently lifting your head up first. Then just start to roll up a little. Pull out your cushion or pull out the blanket. Just roll back down into Shavasana and just notice that difference. Hopefully, any tenderness that you felt after those forward folds has now sort of dissipated. Just following your breath. Relaxing buttocks, thighs. Just notice if there's the smallest amount of tension in your body. Try and soften your facial muscles. Okay, drawing knees in. Have a little moment to rock on your back. Roll in some circles and just alleviate any last areas of tightness and tension. Coming into relaxation now. So if you want to come back into that pose, it is a very relaxing pose. I know some of you enjoy taking the spine in that direction. You can. If you want to just lie flat, put the cushion behind the head or use it as a blanket, just coming into a nice warm space. Using your bolsters under knees is always lovely. As long as you are in the most comfortable position you can be to relax. If you need to shift partway through, please do. Don't suffer in. So relaxing from head to toes, softening your forehead, your hair and your scalp, relaxing the eyes, eyebrows, eyelids, and softening around the cheeks and cheekbones, your nose. Release any tension in the top and the bottom lip, around the chin and your jaw. the sides of your head, back of the neck, sides and throat. Relaxing both of your shoulders, your arms down to the wrists, hands, fingers and thumbs. Relaxing the front of your body, the back of your body, the sides of your waist. Relaxing pelvis, buttocks, hips, thighs, knees, shins and calves, both ankles, tops and soles of the feet and all of the toes. Relaxed from head to toe, front of the body, back of the body, sides of the body. I'd like you to imagine that you're walking through a little Christmas market, whether it is here in this country or you can imagine it's somewhere else. Think of lots of little wooden cabins with pretty little lights. Think of all the colours that you can see, perhaps all the little presents that people are selling, knitwear, toys, food perhaps. Maybe you can smell hot chocolate or some nourishing, warming soups. Maybe there are little cabins selling sweet treats, donuts or waffles, chocolatey treats for yourself and for others, Christmas biscuits or cake, gingerbread men, gingerbread houses. Perhaps you can imagine lots of beer barrels, huge ones, dotted around with stalls for people to sit on and share a mulled wine or something amongst friends. Think of the Christmassy music, not the annoying type, but some good old traditional songs that you like, perhaps hymns. Notice the decorations and the lights in the trees. People wrapped up warm in coats and scarves and bobble hats, gloves. Does this scenery in your mind have a little bit of snow scattered around? What smells can you smell? Perhaps cinnamon, spices. Maybe some smells remind you of your childhood. Happy moments. So just have a few more moments, just creating this scene even more in your mind's eye. Lots of laughter, smiles and cheer, restoring our faith in humanity. Just feeling the love between people. So gently now, just coming back into the room mentally with my voice. Notice how you're feeling. Have a few moments to wiggle toes, fingers, rock the head from side to side. Have a nice stretch, arms overhead or bringing knees into chest. Moving in whatever way feels right for you, just to start to emerge back into your day. And then in your own time, we can roll up to seated. Coming to seated, and we chant our 3 Oms together. So resting your hands to Chin Mudra. Take a few moments just to enjoy how each Om sounds, how it feels through your body, where it resonates, and then awareness on the crown afterwards. So deep breath in. And bringing hands together, rubbing the palms, feeling the lovely warmth in the palms of your hands. And then over the eyes, blinking, letting the light through the fingers, and then hands down to heart. Om Shanti, Namaste. Thank you, lovelies.